We're talking low-tech solutions to high-tech problems. Let's get it. What's going on, everybody? This is your man Marcus, and I am your digital pastor. I'm still your digital pastor. It's been years since I'm in, and I mean years since I've done a video like this, and things have changed a lot in the last several years since I've done a video like this for your digital pastor. Now, when the last time I was your digital pastor, we were talking about church communications, and while I yet still love and have a passion for digital ministry, my life has kind of changed a little bit, and I've now gone in the direction of cybersecurity. I've been a cybersecurity professional for a little bit over a year now. I really love what I'm doing now, and I see the ministry even in doing that. But I'm doing this video now, and I've wanted to do it for a while, and I've definitely wanted to do the video on the topic that we're getting ready to talk about all week long, just because I think it's something that's so very important and so very key, and something that I think is also very simple as well. But I couldn't find a good time to do it, and I'm in the car now, and I know that's not a perfect time to do it either, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So anyway, what we're talking about today is low-tech solutions to high-tech problems. Low-tech solutions to high-tech problems. So by now, you've probably heard the story of the financial worker who was basically deep-faked into giving up $25 million of the company's money, because the deepfake video was, I guess it was the chief financial officer and other people of that ilk within the company who were on this conference call with this employee who was able to sign off on the $25 million. Ended up being a deep fake, and it just goes to heighten everybody's fears toward what kind of world we're going to be living in moving forward with AI and with the possibilities and capabilities of AI. But one thing that we need to take account of here, and yes, AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deepfakes, all that stuff, those are very high-tech things, and the problems that go along with that are very much high-tech problems. But there are some low-tech solutions that I believe that every company can implement that can kind of counteract some of that. And I'm just going to give you one right now. Very low-tech solution to this high-tech problem. Companies need to start putting in their bylaws or their company policies or their handbooks. They need to start putting in there exactly what to do in situations like this to be able to counteract this. Okay, so what you're going to do is, as a company, you're going to establish some guidelines about things, and this can be a section within your policies or within your handbook. Things that we will never ask you as an employee, things that we will never ask you to do, or things we will never ask of as a company. So when you receive such a communication, you know that it's something that's not real, because the company has already put a policy in place to say, hey, we're never going to communicate with you in this way. We're never going to ask you for anything like this. So you can't be defaked into believing something, because the company policy has already promised you that we will never ask you to do anything like that. We will never ask you to sign off on anything. And shout out to Dr. Gerald Ozier, who does his daily cyber threat brief every single weekday morning with Simply Cyber, simplycyber.io. I think he even might have said this when he talked about the story, even introducing some kind of safe word or something like that, where only the CEO or the CISO or whoever you might be receiving such a communication from, possibly by means of a deep fake, would know what that word is, and if they're able to say that word, if they're able to recite that word off to you, then that means, yeah, this is authentic. And you know, if you're really serious about security and if you know how to secure your assets, then you ought to be able to also secure your safe word. And so that's something that can also help too. But just low-tech solutions is very low tech to tell your employees, hey, we're never going to ask you for this. Hey, we're never going to ask you to go buy gift cards. I, as the CEO, and this can even be a message that you receive on your first day, you know, of training or something like that, something that you're giving to your employees on their first day of training. Hey, I'm the CEO of the company. I will never give you this information or ask you for this information. Hi, I'm the CISO of this company, or I'm the president of this company, or I am a chief officer of this company, and I will never ask you for this information. None of my managers or none of my directors will ever ask you for this information. We will never ask you to go buy gift cards. We would never DM you. We will never text you asking to invest in any kind of crypto or anything like that. We will never do these things. And when it is set in place by policy that these things will never happen, then you don't have to be worried about being deepfaked, because you understand that that deepfake video that you're watching or whatever, as real as it might look, as authentic as it might come off, well, you just know that because the policy has already been put in place. It's something that has been talked about it's something that's been talked about in orientation. It's something that has been talked about in your quarterly or monthly or bi-weekly security training. It's just something that's been gone over, and you already know, because of how many times you've talked about it as a company, that this is something that's never going to happen. And so I just think that we need to, as companies and as security people within companies, really start to advise the higher ups in our companies, if we're not working in a security company who's not already kind of security focused and not already thinking about these things. We need to be able to show some leadership as security professionals, to be able to go to our leadership and say, hey, you know what, let's put some things in place that are going to be low-tech solutions to these high-tech problems that AI and machine learning and deepfakes and all those things represent, so that we don't get caught with our pants down and have things like this happen to us. I think security is everybody's job, whether you're technical or not, whether you work in security, or you work in finance, or you work in marketing, or you know, you work in sales. Security is everybody's job, and security as a company, it's not just something that you do, but it becomes who you are. It becomes a culture. If you have a culture of security, and it is something that becomes who you are, and it's something that becomes just a part of the identity of your company. And when it's something that becomes a part of the identity of your company, then you start to be able to think in such a way where you're developing solutions like this. You're developing defense in-depth solutions that are going to be able to help you in situations like this, so you can avoid being duped. So hopefully this is something that helps you. This is something that you can talk about with your people as a company. Low-tech solutions to high-tech problems. That's something that I want you to maybe think about this week. It's something I want you to meditate on, or to talk about with your people. Talk about it with your team. To talk about it with your boss, if you are the boss. Talk about it with the people that are under you. Just talk about it with somebody. What are some low-tech solutions to high-tech problems that we can implement right now in order to counteract a lot of the security issues that we have going on in the world today, so we can protect ourselves as a company. And that's all I have for you, and prayerfully this helps you, and I'll see you on the next video. God bless.